I thought I would share something with the universe, the divine blueprint, right? And how that relates to the EFFI field, the field. So I use certain terminology of the English language because that's what most folks were programmed to run as fire letters and numbers, a complex number space between, the right and left hemispheres, of polarity of a magnetic magnetosphere, right? A planet with two magnets, planetary poles, right? To maintain perfect balance, right? And that is perfect balance within a circle of fire, right? The center point of origin, right? Between hot fission and cold infusion, the compression and the expansion of consciousness, right? Breathing fire, breathing the eternal spirit of fire, connected to the single point of origin, which is an eternal sun, which is the eternal spirit of fire. So I was watching Huna Flash, and that is the house of Huna. And the words that he used called beloved. Beloved. D currents. Receptors. The receiver, the stereo receiver. Stereo receiver and transmitter. So we're antennas. Yes. So the reason that I don't normally use, because I used to have conversations with Leo's Lemurian, we used to chuckle at how we used the phonetic language of speaking words, or if you will, sound, and how that relates to labels that we associate with how we communicate through the compartmentalization of imageries, visual light imageries of what we experience by virtue of the energy that we're using that is generating the computer-generated image, the holographic speed that we experience who we are, which is the feedback, which is the blinking of the eyes, which is the refresh rate of what we're experiencing in our TV screen, our mirror, right? So Huna Flash this morning was talking about the circle of fire, right? The ring of fire. So now we're back to the eternal spirit of fire as the most powerful magic, which is the most powerful light, which is living light, which is real, right? So I think I still got a fire, but this candle's been burning all night, a single candle. The candle power of an eternal star, the eternal flame, which is eternal fire, which is eternal love that's on fire, which is the highest speed accelerator. So you know that we're not inverters. No. Accelerate the speed of those circles, right? The actual spin rotation of a planetary biosphere, the ecosphere, and the echo worlds, right? Echo chamber. Yeah. So when we use certain letters as they're arranged, right, in sequence, like when you write the word buck or beloved, B, so you have a vertical line, and then two sort of half circles on the right side, one on the top, and then one on the bottom, right? Now you could split that in half, which means you could run a horizontal line across that vertical line, which is a cross, which is the center point of a sphere, which is a sphere of light, which is a star. So you can add up how many stars you got within you, right, which is the nucleus of a cell, which is a cell membrane. Now we're back to multicellular organisms. Now you're back into the single cell, right? The single cell, the single star, the first musician. So when you're experiencing being loved, that's the first star, the eternal fire, the eternal spirit of fire, being loved by the EFFI field, which is a Manu. I'm a Manu. So that's called being androgynous, which means you cancel out both sides, right, of the polarity. There is no polarity, right? So you're not experiencing any matter as a result of the polarization of matter, which is the charge. So when you're experiencing no charge, whoa, that's eternity. That's zero. That's no mathematical errors in the actual tonal, the sound, and light burn patterns are perfect. That means the structure of what we see in the visible light spectrum is perfect. It's a perfect fit, right? So now you see how it works when you're inside of a fallen system, which is fallen consciousness. And what I experienced a few minutes ago, and I realized the first fall, I have memory of that. I remember what it was like to experience being able to go anywhere that you wanted to go without the entire universal galactic template, the divine template of divine spirit, which is experiencing divine love, which is experiencing infinite love, which is experiencing eternal love, which is eternal spirit of fire wherever we go. That means wherever we went, we were experiencing what we are, which is what love is. It goes on forever, which means we were not experiencing one loss of an electron, which means we were not experiencing the fall in consciousness that was not experiencing being an accelerator. And now holding on to an electron as an inverter because it's refusing to let go of that electricity. Whoa, what is it in fear of? Why is it not letting go? To experience zero. That's the first fall. That's right. That's a loss of speed. That's right. That's a loss of speed. That means that vortex is slowed down. What happened to that volcano? That's a volcanic shield, which is a planetary shield, which is a galactic shield, which is a universal shield. That's right. So as a matter of routine, like a router, like routing traffic, routing frequencies, right? As a polarity integrator, I do not measure things based on letters and language per se. It is called a map read. I'm experiencing the map. I'm experiencing the map read of the original template and how much we're losing in torque speed as an inverter, something that is feeding on the accelerator. That's what I measure. That's what I experience. So I don't use the alphabet soup of programming language as it relates to French and Russian and English and Portuguese and all the rest of those. It's called what I experience by what I feel. That means that my sensors, how sensitive my antenna is, how sensitive we feel everything that is going on simultaneously. And now we're experiencing what others are experiencing that are not experiencing what love is, running at the speed that we are. So now we're measuring the torque speed differential of displacement in water worlds because our cells are made up of mostly water, H2O. Now we can go to the oxygen levels and fire, breathing fire like breathing dragons. Dragon riders, take a visit over to Hunaflash. Beloveds, being what love is. Being what love is. Being what love is. As an eternal spirit of fire. That's a high-speed vortex. That's a galactic tornado. That's a universal tornado. That's a multiversal observer. Spinning faster than the others. That's knowing one from the other. The highest accelerator of electrons is the EF5 field. That's the force field. We map the field, which is mapping the terrain, which is mapping the consciousness terrain, and being able to map the torque speed differential between the two poles. That's what it is to maintain the balance. Equal balance. Equal balance. That equal balance is why when I stand out on that rock, that's a vertical pole, which is the vertical column, which is a pillar of light. Now that pillar of light pulling from the center point of origin as the highest speed accelerator of electrons and magnetic light, it's going horizontal both ways. So at the center point and everything that's inside that sphere is experiencing eternal love, which is the eternal spirit of fire. That's a living, breathing star. That's what we experience. That's what a polarity integrator is, which is a transmutation machine, which is getting rid of everything that isn't what love is, which is the first spiral, the first curve space vector of creation that created a template, an arcing template, arcing spheres of energy creation spheres that are on fire, experiencing eternity, the eternal spirit of eternal love. That's what we experience. That is divine love. That's who we are, being what love is, our beloved. Thank you for your transmission this morning, Huna Flash. Huna Flash. Flash! How fast. You're flashing in and out. Log in, log out. The log, the math function of a log. Logos. Mama's 3 spheres logos. 3 spheres. Have a great day. We love you all.